The sea has always whispered to dreamers, but for some, that whisper became a call they couldn't ignore. And when they answered, they didn't just book a trip. They booked a new life. Imagine waking up every morning to the sound of waves, the scent of salt air, and a new horizon outside your window. Not once a year, but every single day. For thousands of retirees around the world, the ocean has become home, their neighborhoods float, their sunsets never end, and their address changes with the tides. This is Forever Travelers. And today, we meet the retirees who traded mortgages for ocean views and discovered that life at sea can cost less than life on land. If the idea of sailing into freedom stirs something inside you, hit that like button and subscribe. Because this isn't just a story about travel. It's about transformation. It begins with Jack and Linda, a retired couple from Oregon. They sold their home 5 years ago. Their children grown, the house empty. They wanted something simpler, something meaningful. One afternoon, Linda read an article about a woman who'd been living on a cruise ship for less than it cost to live in an apartment. She laughed. "Can you imagine?" Jack smiled. "Why imagine?" 6 months later, their possessions were gone, donated, gifted, or sold. Their new life fit into 2 suitcases and a shared stateroom. Now, they wake up to sunrises over the Mediterranean, walk the decks in the Caribbean, and dine under chandeliers in Alaska. Their rent? About $3,400 a month, which includes meals, electricity, cleaning, entertainment, and endless ocean views. "It's funny," Linda says. "We used to budget for groceries, gas, and repairs. Now our biggest expense is which port wine to try next." Across the ocean, Margaret, a retired nurse from Canada, keeps a different rhythm. She doesn't live on one ship, she rotates between them. "I book repositioning cruises," she explains. "When ships move from one region to another, the prices drop. Sometimes as low as $60 a day. It's cheaper than staying home, and every few weeks I'm somewhere new." Margaret spends winters drifting through the South Pacific and summers crossing Europe's rivers. She knows the crew by name, has friends from 5 continents, and swears she's in better health now than ever. "The food's better, the company's better, and there's always something to do," she says. Her monthly costs hover around $2,200, including insurance and port expenses. "The secret," she adds with a wink, "is booking smart and packing light." If you're listening to this thinking, maybe I could do that too, comment Ocean Life below. You never know who you might inspire. Then there's Daniel, 72, who lost his wife 3 years ago. The house felt too quiet. Every room echoed with memories. One night, unable to sleep, he found himself watching cruise videos online. Long, slow footage of endless seas and laughter over dinners. He booked a 2-week trip. That was 4 years ago. Now he lives aboard year-round, moving between ships depending on the season. His costs are around $3,000 a month, including internet, laundry, and the occasional shore excursion. But ask him what he really pays for and he'll tell you, peace. "I don't get lonely here," he says softly. "There's always someone to talk to, always a story to hear." At dinner, he sits with a different group every night. By dessert, he's made a new friend. By morning, a new port. It's not about running away. It's about finding a new rhythm when the old one ends. If you believe every season of life can still bring joy, comment "new rhythm" below. Life at sea isn't just about sunsets and cocktails. It's a system, a surprisingly affordable one. Cruise lines offer discounts for long-term travelers. Loyalty programs unlock free Wi-Fi, laundry, even private lounge access. Medical staff are on board 24/7. And many retirees keep supplemental insurance that covers emergencies on land. For around $2,500 to $3,500 a month, retirees get house accommodation, fork and knife with plate all meals, face mask entertainment, broom daily housekeeping, pill basic healthcare access, ship and a new destination every few days. When you add up rent, groceries, utilities, transportation, and entertainment, life at sea can actually cost less than an average retirement on land. Not every story is the same. Some retirees travel 9 months out of the year, returning home between sailings. Others have turned it into a permanent lifestyle, hopping between ships like digital nomads with gray hair and great stories. They've learned that downsizing doesn't mean less, it means lighter. As one traveler put it, "We traded clutter for clarity." On the celebrity edge, a retired teacher named Paula hosts watercolor classes for fellow passengers. She says teaching again gives her purpose. "I thought I'd miss having roots," she laughs. "Turns out I grew new ones, they just float." Paula's ship community celebrates birthdays together. checks in when someone's ill, and looks after each other like family. When you live here long enough, she says, you stop seeing strangers, you start seeing stories. Midway CTA. If these stories move you, if they make you rethink what retirement could look like, hit that like button right now. It helps YouTube share this message with more dreamers who need to see that life after 60 isn't the end, it's the open sea. And if you're new here, subscribe. We're a community of travelers who believe freedom doesn't retire. Not every day is perfect. Sometimes the Wi-Fi cuts out. Sometimes the sea gets rough. But ask any of them if they'd trade it, and they'll all say the same thing. Not for a minute. They've learned that happiness doesn't come from space. It comes from simplicity, from movement, from connection. In a world that tells us to settle down, they've chosen to set sail. For the crew, they're more than passengers. They're family. Stewards remember their coffee orders, captains greet them by name, and musicians dedicate songs to them at night. It's a rhythm few understand until they feel it. The gentle rocking that lulls you to sleep. The quiet hum that reminds you you're still moving forward. As the narrator's voice fades, imagine the ocean stretching endlessly before you. The air soft, the sky wide, the possibilities endless. And somewhere out there, retirees just like you are clinking glasses under the stars, not talking about the past, but about tomorrow's sunrise. If you could live anywhere or everywhere, where would you go first? Comment around the world below, because for the travelers who chose the sea, it's not about escaping life, it's about embracing it. Closing reflection. They found that home isn't a location. It's a feeling, one that travels with you. And when you live surrounded by laughter, sunsets, and friends from every corner of the globe, you realize something profound. Maybe happiness doesn't anchor, maybe it sails. Thank you for watching Forever Travelers. If this story touched your heart, hit subscribe and join the movement redefining what retirement can be. And next week, we go even deeper. Right finger top countries where retirees live comfortably on $2,000 a month. You'll discover the best nations for affordable healthcare, modern comfort, and a life rich in experiences, not expenses. Until then, remember, freedom doesn't retire. It simply finds a new horizon. Wave sparkles. This is Forever Travelers.